not spoke one word since the last podcast, and my TMJ is better.
I'm so glad. And you didn't
I
do the
had,
clapper today.
oh, shh, wait. Start over. Don't
Do you-
start over.
okay.
I got it. I was ready.
You just didn't put it on. Oh, okay. Yay.
The last podcast of 2018.
Yes, and I can't believe it because I feel like we were just talking about tagging our Instagram pictures with, your name and then FO and then the year. And now it seems like that's what Dag posted on my post this morning. And what happened to this year? It went by so fast.
I don't know, but I'm getting ready to take my 6th travel extravaganza of 2018. 6 times I will have traveled once we leave next weekend for our cruise.
Wow, you are the
Did I win the lotto?
I think you're a jet setter.
So for those people who can't hear me very well, my husband has been a little MacGyver this morning and tried to make a little cardboard ear around my microphone of the iPad. So me sitting maybe a little closer and having the little cardboard ear may help with the sound.
We hope.
We hope.
It sounds pretty clear, so
Okay.
it'll be better.
So I had a 49+1 birthday on Wednesday.
You did. A lot has happened since we last recorded. We had Thanksgiving. A lot.
It's been over a month. It was Veterans Day, November 11th, when we did our last podcast. So it's been a while. A lot has happened.
Tell us about your birthday. You have some presents you need to open today.
I have a box from Debbie that she wouldn't let me open until the podcast, but I got some beautiful yarny goodness and fun things from several people out in the community. If you check out one of my posts, and somebody said, boy, you were spoiled. I think they assumed that my husband and my kids gave me all those gifts. They didn't. That was from people those are things that came in the mail to me from sweet, sweet people.
That's so nice.
We can talk about birthday gifts and openings a little bit later in case somebody's yawning already saying, so boring, I don't want to hear about that.
This is supposed to be a knitting podcast. And
yes.
We are recording from California and
Georgia.
And we are sisters. And so today is Sunday, the 16th of December, 2018.
Yes. So, what has been going on? We got lucky.
With the big storm?
That huge weather system that came through last week. Just our little close neighbors a few hours north of us, not far from us, got slammed with snow. Angie up there in Winston-Salem, and I'm sure Ninja Chickens over there.
Maria.
We saw all that.
Yeah.
Boy, they got some major to do. So I'm glad we didn't get anything. We just got lots of rain. That was fine.
We had some rain this last couple weeks too. It was really nice. We had a 2-day period where it rained the whole time, and
it came this way. That's the rain that came to us. All the rain in California, which never happens, but
right. We had some major flooding incidents, but for the most part, I think everything was not too bad. So it was pretty bad for the people up north of us, though, because when you have a fire and all the vegetation is lost, and then you have a lot of rain, you have a lot of mudslides. So that was kind of a shame, but I don't know. We'll see if this year's going to be a wet one. We always need rain here because it rains so infrequently, and it's always sunny, and it's great to have nice weather and be outside, but it's also nice to have a cozy rainy day too,
Well, they say the Farmer's Almanac, they said for this year, this winter coming up here is going to be wet and cold, which if it was cold enough, it wouldn't be wet, it'd be snow. But I don't know that they're saying necessarily snow, but that 40-degree rain that, you just can't wear enough things in layers enough to feel warm enough. So
it gets in your bones, huh?
Yeah.
So where do you want to start? Do you have any finished objects this time?
I have a half-finished object.
Okay.
It looks just almost like the one behind you.
Oh, okay.
So, well, I've got sock blockers. What's wrong with me? I can actually put it on a sock blocker. Hold on a minute. And does anybody else have this problem?
I'll have to show mine on
I'm the
screen.
only one that has this problem.
I think you're the only one.
Okay, so I have this problem. I say, I'm going to knit this sock so it's got a long enough leg. It's perfect. I'm going to measure the leg that of Debbie's Laguna sock so I can make sure it's exactly the same length because it's perfect. And I measured on my hand. It's actually from here to like right before my fingernail, perfect length. And then I put the heel in and I finish the sock, and it's still too short.
How many rounds was it an afterthought heel, and how many rounds do you do on your afterthought heel?
Oh, I do just about 2 rounds of before I decrease on the afterthought. But even if I added 2 more rounds, it's not like it's going to lengthen the sock.
Yes,
So
it will.
by two
A little.
rounds,
Well, I don't know. How much can you tell is enough? Yeah, that's a little short. It's beautiful though. It's beautiful.
I know, but so I'm going to knit and knit until I think I've got a thigh high. Then I'm going to put in a heel, and it'll be perfect length for where I want it.
I think you should measure from the cuff to the where you put the heel in and see how many inches that is. And you should just plan on knitting 2 inches longer than that or an inch longer than that. I usually knit, yeah, because by the time you stretch it out,
Oh, that's the deal. You stretch it out, you put it on your fat ankle,
it
and it
gets,
shortens up.
yeah.
Uh,
I like my leg part with the cuff to be at least 7 inches because my heel adds about 2 inches of depth and my foot is about 9 inches long. So then when I fold my sock over, my foot and my leg are the same length.
But you do toe up.
No, this is with afterthought heels too. But
But after,
even toe up, you can just keep knitting and try it on until you like it the length you have. These are mine. I've already wrapped them up because they're going to be a gift.
oh, you're gifting yours. And we got the same colorway, except Debbie got the pink. It doesn't really show. It's kind of blown out, but her snowflake is pink.
Yeah, and I got the dark chocolate brown for the contrast.
Oh, now you can see it better. So the second sock is on the go. However, what I did is I started top down, did this, and then started doing a tube for the stripes.
Uh-huh.
So then I figured how much I wanted, cut the tube in half, put in the toe and the heel. So now I'm working toe up, even though I haven't put the toe in yet, up this way on the other sock, which is all fine and good. And you can follow the snowflake pattern bottom up or top down.
But it's flipped over.
No, but what I did wrong was I did not knit enough rounds between the top of the thing and the cuff. You see?
Oh, I think it still looks nice, but you see how I kind of like the second one better in the design. You see how the V's of the stitches on the one sock are one direction and the white V's on the other sock are the other direction?
No.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It looks good. But it's slightly different because your stitch looks like this. And when you knit it top down, your color work V is like this. But when you knit it toe up, your color work V is like that. You know what I mean?
On the big one? On this part you're
On,
talking about?
yes, on the color work part.
I don't see any difference on the V. It's exactly the same snowflake as the other.
Yeah, but you have to look at it on a stitch by stitch basis, Amy. The color. I'm just saying that's the
Your
difference.
foot.
It looks wonderful.
Okay, so add this to my how many sock whips I have already. This I think makes 10. So I haven't worked on this in a while because what came in the mail, Advent 24 stripe goodness from Christina. So we all had to start that, which we did.
I got a little bit behind because I got trying to work on some things for gifts. But I have mine. You want to show yours?
Yeah. Okay, so I am doing them tandem, which...
Me too.
Okay, I'm going to move this down just a little bit and make sure I don't knock it over. How did that get like that? Hold on, people. Now it's too high up there.
Can you put something behind it, underneath it? It just wants to go like this.
Okay. Just un momento. Talk about yours.
Okay.
Last
So
time.
I started mine from the top down. I did a broken rib cuff where I did knit 2, purl 2, 1 round, and then knit 1 round, and then knit 2, purl 2, 1 round, and then knit, because I wanted to make my legs somewhat long. Oh, that looks good, Aim. Perfect. I wanted to make my leg a little bit on the long side, so I wanted this to be a little extra stretchy. So I put the pearls, I put it a garter rib. And then I used my Lolo did it in her Yeti colorway that I've had balled up and used for different things. I thought that would be a nice neutral color with these colors
Okay.
in the sock.
So tell people what a garter rib is, because a lot
I
of
already
people say,
did. You weren't listening.
"Oh, excuse me."
Yes.
Keep on. I was busy fiddling.
And then I put in a fish lips kiss heel. And I started with 64 stitches, but this yarn is a little bit on the thicker side. This is her bliss base. And so I'm going to decrease down to 60 stitches by the time I get down towards the foot to make it a little bit more snug, because I like my socks to be snug. So
And you got
this,
all the repeats.
yes, this is one full repeat to this blue. So this pink and this pink at the beginning are the full repeat. And I did 2 color stripes a day for a while, and then the last couple days I missed. So I would be farther along, but
Watch Tracy from the Grocery Girls, just like a lot of people in their mind were thinking, once they get through the 24 stripes, they're going to have a whole sock. And that's not the case. You have,
yeah.
well, unless you make a sock for your 5-year-old, you're going to need to continue. So they were saying, oh, by Christmas, if I knit one thing a day, one stripe a day, I'll have a sock by Christmas. Well, you won't have a sock by Christmas. You have to kind of catch up, because you have to knit a little bit longer for the foot and then put the heels and toes in. So
Yeah, and there's 3 full color repeats in each ball. She separated the skeins for you so that you had 2 very matching skeins. And then when I was winding the skein, I counted how many repeats there were. So I knew it was going to be more, the stripes weren't going to be long enough to be a full sock
because only
with
the engineer
24.
group would do that.
Well, I
Most
guess it's my,
knitting and be done with that. But Debbie's like making numbers and figuring out.
well, I thought maybe, oh yeah, yours looks so cute with your little pearl bump row.
So
I
every
was,
color that I started, I did a row of purl, just to give it a little bit of interest.
now how long is that leg? Is that leg going to be a little longer?
Gonna be longer, because I did put in my heel and I used, and it was funny because this is one of the balls left over from
Oh my
our,
God, Amy, look where you put your heel.
at the same place as you.
Same exact spot right after the green.
So I got a good leg. How about that? That's at least the thigh high, is it not? It's gonna feel like it. So this purple actually was one of the leftover balls from our box suite that Nana finished the 2 Rhinebeck sweaters from us.
Okay.
And it's not. I just wanted a purple, and look how that almost matches almost perfectly.
That looks good. It's a perfect kind of same color family tone.
And this brown, what was this? Oh, this was just the same from the same box suite. This was just one of the neutral ones.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did a little shorter because I wanted to, and I wanted to start. I think I would have been 10.
Oh yeah, I think mine's probably 12 or 14.
So
14 or, and look at how this color, Amy, look at how this color matches with the stripe. I mean, you can't even, yeah, there's a stripe right at the top of that heel.
right, that's kind of how I did that.
You can't even tell. So what color are you on now? Are you on the mauve? Oh my gosh, Amy, we're at exactly the same spot.
We are, except this one is, I did a little bit more
Oh yeah.
on this one, but this one's at the mauve.
Oh, how funny.
And these are my bamboo, phew, I don't know what they are. Are they the chow goo?
I think they're chow goo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so add this to the already 9 sock whips. Okay, then Debbie makes 10, so this makes 11.
Oh my gosh, Amy.
I'm not finished. Even you guys, I'm getting ready to get back on the boat for the cruise on Saturday, and I haven't even finished my cruise socks from May. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take with me in the car probably all the sock whips, and that'll force me to get them done.
Okay.
So
Well,
just have to.
speaking of sock whips, do you want to see my FOs? You don't have any FOs?
I don't have any FOs.
Okay, well, check this out. These are my FOs since we last recorded.
Blah blah blah. Well, didn't do. I did some hats, but I don't have them already gifted. Debbie, for your book club ladies.
They don't watch the podcast, so I'm not worried. But these were all cranked on my sock machine, and then they were the heels, cuffs, and toes were all hand knit.
Wow.
And look at these. Aren't these cute? I used the green. I had this. I got this from DAG. It's tweed.
Okay. Yeah.
It's got little flecks of
I
colors in it. Like red and gold and blue. Look, I don't know. Can you see the flecks?
didn't these ladies almost all request red socks?
I have 3 pairs that are red, 3 pairs that are purple, and 2 pairs that are blue, teal. I just
What
finished
nice
these.
gifts. Do they know they're getting them?
I think they suspect that they're getting them, but I think they'll still be surprised. And then the last one I'm working on.
Think about all the house elves you're going to be freeing.
I know. So these have toes. I'm working on the cuffs, and then I just got to pop the heels in because Wednesday night is book club. So
What yarn is that?
this is the what is it called? Archaic. This is the yarn dyer that I met when I went and met up with Diary of Yarn Snob Jules when I was in Reno.
Look at that colorway.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
It's like a lavender with flecks of maroony pink.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty. And it's going to have the same heels, toes, cuffs, same color.
Same color, yeah.
That orange is waste yarn from the cranker, right?
Right. That will be coming off.
Okay.
So that is a big accomplishment. It takes probably about an hour, maybe a little less, to do a toe, an hour for a heel, an hour for, maybe not an hour for a cuff, but I mean, there's probably a good 5 hours of knitting, even after cranking tubes. So these are still, I know Mom thinks cranked socks are cheating, but they're still hand knit in my mind.
If you've never cranked a tube, don't be so judgmental because a lot can go wrong cranking a tube. You think all you got to do is that. Oh my gosh. The tension, the ball, the holding down, yeah, we've seen some bloopers on Instagram of and all kinds of yarn barf from just cranking.
Just turn the wheel.
Just turn the wheel. There is some skill to it. And frustration if you're not careful.
Yeah. And then I finished my I'm Not a Snowflake socks. I knit a couple of other gifts. I think I had those gifts last time, the little baby hat with the mitts for the family that I knit.
Oh, did you gift them?
I gifted those, and they really enjoyed them.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I want to show one other thing that's kind of a leftover from the last podcast. You guys remember this yarn I bought when I was at the Stitches Southwest?
For your Elton?
This is for my Elton. This is Seven Sisters.
Right.
And it's a single ply, and it's a beautiful purpley gray. And remember how I had to special order the lace yarn to go with it? So this is called Lavish Lace by Stunning String Studio.
Wow. Oh, so it's lace. It's not mohair
lace. It's lace. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that match.
Wow. Very nice.
And it's a little bit tonal as well, but I could not, these are 2 different dyers.
Yes. That's the one that had the whole color wall.
Yes.
And he said, just send me a picture and I'll dye you something to match.
No. I picked out the color.
but wasn't in the lace.
Right.
Gotcha.
And I was, you and I were both like, oh gosh, I hope it really is that color that you picked,
Right.
because
Right. Oh my gosh, Debbie, is that going to be your next cast on, you think, Elton?
I have to finish my New Mexico sweater. I have one sleeve, and I really want to wear that sweater, that gorgeous pink that Dad
Yeah.
dyed for me. That yarn is so soft. I can't wait to wear that. So I'm going to finish this pair of socks. I'm going to do that sleeve, and then this may be my next cast on. Either this one or Spectre. Yeah.
Those are my next two in my queue that have got. I just have to.
Do you have your Spectre yarn picked out?
It's behind me.
Do you want to pull them out?
No, because that'll all come crashing down. I'm pulling it from my stash. And I think, looking at all the things that I've been knitting, of course I have my beautiful Isabel Kramer, the Rust alias. But other than that, most things are light blue, lavenderish,
Green.
So I think I'm going to do a Spectre in red.
Ooh, that's going to be
reds. I don't like that. Because I think if I'm going to do the Elton, it's going to be a cardigan that's going to work for me to be able to go to work. I think I'm going to do mine maybe in blues. Mm-hmm. Because I don't have anything. I don't even have a cardigan store-bought that's in blues.
I think I'm going to do my Spectre in the when I went to Texas last Christmas, I went down to the Madelinetosh store.
Yes.
And was it the Madelinetosh store or a different store? It was a different store. It was a different store, but they had Madelinetosh there. I want to grab it. One moment. Entertain for just a second.
Yes. I don't know that I can entertain all by myself.
I think it's up here. No. Where did I put those?
Ring.
Ah, here they are. Okay. So this is what I'm considering for my Elton. Oh, now.
Oh, see? Crashing down?
Crashing down.
See, that's why I didn't get up and do anything.
Okay.
Not for your Elton, for your Spectre.
I mean Spectre.
Yeah. Oh, I like it so far. Oh, I really like it so far. How many do you need? 5?
I don't know, but I have 5.
Wow. Ooh,
or I could do 4. Maybe just these 4. Because this one...
He would love that color combo. You know how she loves blues and grays.
Yeah, this one doesn't have any of the purpley brown. This one has the purpley brown, and then this one has the purpley brown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so pretty. And you bought them all at one time?
Yes, I bought them all together at one time.
Yeah. I think any of them would work.
Maybe I'll leave this one out and just make socks with it.
Or leave the lightest one out and add that darker one. Oh, that's pretty, Debbie. Woo! Wow.
This one actually has a little tinge of green in it. I never noticed that before.
Wow, pretty. Or that with a light. I think I like that one even better. Oh, so pretty.
So, I can't decide which sweater I'm going to put on next, but...
So what have you been working on?
What's that?
What you been working on?
Well, I've been working on those socks.
Is that it? That pile of socks?
And my I'm Not a Snowflake socks. I finished my pair.
Hey, did we have a thing running? Did we pull from that?
I haven't pulled from it. No, I'm going to wait until it gets closer to the 24th because remember we said it was going to go until the Christmas Eve cast on?
Oh, yes.
So if you're knitting the I'm Not a Snowflake socks with us, we have a thread up in the group, and post your pictures on Instagram too. I'm going to pull from the Instagram thread, and I'm going to pull from the thread in our Ravelry group. What have
Okay.
you been working on? Well,
Okay,
you
so
showed me, but
working on a couple different things, and some are sitting waiting. But the girl in the sea.
oh yes,
Okay,
in
so
that purple, right?
yes, with my beautiful Miss Babs. So I got the top. I don't know if we showed this since we podcast. Okay, so I've got as far as what I'm going to do with the top part.
That's very pretty. And that's the Miss Babs, right? No, the purple's the Miss Babs.
Both of his Miss Babs. This is Miss Babs
Oh.
Bell. This is the Toronto colorway.
And that's the Yowza, which is a worsted weight.
Right. It's
Light
deep
worsted.
light worsted.
Yeah.
Okay. So then this other called Dusk, the bottom. So the bottom part of this sweater, which is the cabled, looks sort of like more like a honeycomb cable.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to, it knits up and down, and you're supposed to grab a stitch from the sweater each time. That was not going to happen very easily. And Mom was as brilliant as she is, which we already know the knitting nan is brilliant. She said, Amy, just knit the bottom part flat back and forth, and then you can stitch it to the sweater.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to be a genius to know that, to figure that out. And I was just like, well, yeah, duh, Amy, you can do that. So,
oh my gosh. Oh, what a beautiful color.
isn't this an incredible color?
Did you knit it per the pattern instructions, the whole thing?
I did.
I'm so proud of you.
You can't modify that. I can't modify this.
Did you knit the first part per the pattern?
First part. Oh, yes. Like the top of the sweater? Yes. Wait a minute.
I think you stopped short.
Okay. I think what I did was I increased because I needed, okay, that's what it was. I needed the bigger, okay, when I swatched, me and you figured out I needed 200 stitches to get around the girls, right?
Right.
As I was knitting that bigger size, you don't want the arms to come out like midway down your torso because of this big size you're knitting. You need them to come out where your arms come out, but you need some more space. So I did a little bit of modifications. I think I
you increased more often in
more
the front.
often in the front, yes, before I put it all on waist yarn. So this is each one of these little holes is one repeat. It's an 8-row repeat. 8-row, I think. You only have to do that 8-row repeat. You only have to do that 50 times. 50 times.
You know what surprises me about that, Amy, is I would have thought that the width of that band was a lot wider.
Going to be. I saw a girl on a project page. She said, I was freaking out as I'm knitting, and she did it the way the pattern shows. She says, I'm going to have a crop sweater. So what she ended up doing is posting in her project page. She blocked half of it and didn't block the other half. And this opened up and became this gorgeous, plenty length open. It was beautiful.
Oh,
Plus,
good.
have a rib at the bottom to put on.
Oh, you still have rib. Oh, okay.
Ribbing at the bottom. So
okay.
I'm just a tiny way. I mean, I've got much more to do to have 50 repeats. And in the last couple, okay, so we were going somewhere, probably to South Georgia, to one of the football games, which we got all the way to the semifinals and then we lost. And I noticed about 2 inches down on this little edge cable, it went the other way. I went, damn it. And so I posted, I said, well, anybody else would probably rip back, but I'm not going to. Well, I get a phone call. As soon as I post it, I get a phone call from Mom. Amy, you must rip back. And Ronnie's driving. I'm like, look, he says, it's not that far down. You must rip back. So I was freaking out a little bit, only because I wouldn't know like what row I was on and like where's. So I ripped back.
Did you take it off the needles and rip it out?
I did. 52 stitches here, but I got them back on. And then I thought to myself, do you really need the cable needle to twist 2 stitches to do a 4 cable, 2 front or 2 back? So I'm now cabling without a cable needle. Yes.
Wow. Did you,
Not that hard.
Did you watch a video on how to do it, or you?
Video, and you basically just pick up the two that are next in line, and then you pick them up with your other needle, and then you pull off the others, and then you transpose, and then you pick the ones that are free. You pinch the yarn; they're not going anywhere. It's not like 6 forward and 6 back. It's just
Right.
2. So no big deal. So this was just
Do you still have to follow the pattern? Do you have it memorized?
no, I keep track though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to do too. I mean, it's obvious you can say, oh, okay, now it's time to do the cape, but I don't want to miss and then have big holes, small holes.
Yeah, I still have trouble like seeing exactly which row was the twisted row. I keep track. I know. I have my socks in my.
Amelia.
I have my socks in my bag from Amelia. She's so sweet.
She gifted us those bags and. Okay, so hold on a minute. Let me get organized here because I have something else to show.
Did I show the yarn I got from Mustache Yarn last week or last time?
Don't know, Debbie.
I ordered 2 beautiful skeins. Look, I got her licka, licky.
You licky. You like a licky?
So, isn't that pretty?
Pretty.
And then, of course, I got her.
Yes.
Kama Sutra colorway. I can't wait to knit these up. I'm trying to decide if I want to do.
I was gifted that Barb.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to do vanilla or if I want to put a little pattern in there.
Well, somebody else doing. Okay, wait a minute. It wasn't the 24 Advent. Every other stripe, instead of doing a purl row like I did, they did a
slip stitch,
twisted rib, knit purl, twisted rib.
Oh,
knit stitch and a purl, and it really cute, really cute.
So
just
those
gives a little something. Showing yarns. Do you remember back at the beginning of October when I had my hell week at work and I decided that I was going to buy myself a gift every day of that week? The very first thing that I bought,
Nomadic,
finally showed up in my mailbox this week. It took a long time, but it was pre-order. I did message her and she's just like, oh, I'm sorry, you didn't realize it was pre-order. I said, I just didn't. There's a stink bug on my ceiling. He's just crawling along. Now I'm going to have to wait until he maybe comes down the wall. Do you guys have stink bugs? I call them potato bugs, but they're like little beetles. They're about that big. And I always scoop them up real carefully and throw them outside because they say if you step on them, they stink. I don't know. Anyway, so this is Nomadic. It's called Wonderland. And I just got her to just cake it up. I didn't need that stopper ball. I
love this colorway. Oh, those purples and that gold together are so beautiful. And it looks like it has stellina.
It does. Did I get the sparkle? Yes, I did. See, it bit forever. I'm surprised I didn't forget I even ordered it. Although we've done that before. But I cannot wait. Do I dare take this on the cruise and start this? I have got to get my other sock whips done.
That can be your prize when you get back.
That's a good idea. But however, guess where I'm going to be on Christmas Eve? On the cruise. You must cast on something.
Oh, right.
And I was thinking about...
Oh, I need to grab mine.
Yes, when I got it set.
No, I was thinking of doing my Adelaide cottage.
Oh, the other thing. This is Miss Babs, but I got mine just the other day. The mules were slow getting to us. Debbie and I won. What was that about? How lucky were we? Was it for Thanksgiving did a giveaway?
I think so. I love this red. Gosh, this red is like a Merlot, you guys. It's so beautiful.
Talented. And she has got a podcast too. Oops. So we won this sock set.
Shauna's so sweet. And it's the perfect size. We're not going to have a lot left over. This would be a perfect one to do. Actually, Danny's new pattern's not toe up. But this would be a perfect one to do toe up, right? Because 70 grams in the main color. It's not 100 grams. It's 70.
Right.
So split this in half, knit your foot, and then leg, you go all the way up till it's almost gone. You can keep a little left over for a mini or something, but this is a perfect toe up sock.
Yeah, but what? How much will this get you?
Well,
The
this
toe
is
and
a 20 gram. So this will get you the heels, the toes, and a shorter cuff. Not
okay,
quite a long cuff. So maybe you do a stripe in your cuff or something. But this
okay.
should be enough for heels and toes on both socks for sure.
Ooh, maybe I need to cake this up because you know we've got this
I
from
know.
Miss Babs.
Do you know what sock pattern you're going to do for the Christmas Eve cast on?
Oh, I
This would
was
also be cute for Danny's. You do a little stripe of this to start your cuff. You start your main color, and then you know the little bauble at the top of the tree? Her latest little pattern with the tree?
yeah,
You could
yeah.
do that in this contrast. You could have the little baubles of the top of the tree be in the red.
The way around the top.
What's that?
It doesn't just go on the side. Those go all the way around.
I think they go all the way around. Yeah, that would be cute.
That would be cute. What was the name of her pattern? Now we're gonna have to look it up.
Sorry, Danny, I don't remember. I'll look it
Thank
up right now.
you. So sweet of her. Yes, I have to.
Oh, you put your make 9 up too, huh?
Yes, I just did that right before we started, and it was funny. It had my arrow sweater. It had a couple things from the Arboreal. It had us at the telephone box in London, and it had a picture of me, you, and Danny. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And a picture that I posted. I guess it was our anniversary, and then the one shorty socks that I did at Mom and Dad's when Nana told me that, and now I've done all my.
Oh,
That got a lot of likes apparently, or it wouldn't have been chosen.
I do my heels and toes like that now all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking up Danny's.
Stop sidetracked.
Yeah.
It's almost time to talk about. Oh, I've got one more thing to show.
Okay.
Kept me. Okay, so everybody, this northeasterly blanket, I did download and start,
You
and
did?
I did, and after 3 rows, I ripped it out, and I said, "What are you thinking? You're not going to keep up with this." At least I had the mindset to say, "Hello, duh." So then I said, "Well, how can I use my scraps other than knitting another Free the Minis wrap, which I didn't want to do? Why don't I make a scarf?" So I did. And I ripped most of that out because when I got to the section of where I'm doing now, I liked it better. So Roddy said the whole day of knitting, the one day that you did, you ripped out. And I said, yeah. He said, that's a waste. I said, no, it's not. Because it's mine and I want it this way.
And you figured out what you liked.
Figured out what I
Oh,
like.
Amy, that's so fun. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. So the colors kind of interlock like this, right?
So in the first, of course, okay, so what I ended up doing is 7 rows. And after the 4th row, you change yarns. So then you're 7 rows of that, and then 7 rows of that, and then 7 rows of that, and then 7 rows of that. So you can put any color you want.
Any combination.
Or combination, but I kind of tried to do the combination. So this one had like green and pink. So when I moved it up here and added the green,
I
and
see.
this one had a little bit of yellow and green, which brought me up to the yellow stripes. So I'm trying to keep like either solids all the way, or at least a solid and a speckled
Speckle.
or variegated.
Kind of faded.
So this is and I just happened to mention it on, and somebody asked me, well, how many stitches and stuff. So it's basically a free pattern. If you're ready, you can go back to one of my. Oh yes,
Twinkling Trees, it's called.
that's cute. Oh, Debbie, that would be cute with the little red tops.
Red top and then main color, and then the little red pops around for the thing, and then heels and toes. I think it would be perfect with Adelaide Cottage. With that Adelaide, here's the full sock.
Oh my gosh, so pretty. Cute. Okay, so this is knit in a tube, even though it's a scarf. It'll be double knit, not double knit, but double thick.
thick.
So if you want to wear your minis, it's a great way to wear your minis, and then you can wear all the colors. So I just got out, and 9-inch circs, you can go quickest, and I enjoy them. This is her size US 4. and it's my Haya 9-inch circ. So I just cast on 84 stitches,
It's
and
almost
I
like a
just
giant sock, a
it
stocking.
is. And where I haven't worried about the jag and jig jag here because I'm going to block it with that on the inside, not on the inside, but on the side that goes against your body. You're going to block it flat,
Yeah.
and you're going to see it. You wrap it around. So I'm going to make this really long, about 70, 75 inches, and I'm going to have this big long scarf wrap around.
How
And
fun is that?
I think I'm going to Kitchener the ends shut,
Uh-huh.
and I think I'm going to make little tiny. I wanted little pom poms, but I think I'm going to make little tiny tassels all along the end.
That's going to be the cutest thing ever to me. You need to write up the pattern and have it as a free pattern, or at least make a project page with the instructions in the project page.
Okay, I can do that. And
Because then people can go to that and they can know
yeah,
where it is and it's in your spot and they can find it again. Otherwise, trying to go back to find a post.
I think that's what I might do. Even before, I may just close the one end and make the little tassel so I have a picture. I mean, it's not going to be done. And I can just make a quick 1-page pattern for free and stick it up there, and they can have at least
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
download. So that's just the other thing that's keeping me very overly busy because it's so soothing, and I like doing that with all of these tournaments that we've been going to.
It's like one big sleeve.
Like one big sleep, and it's okay if you like to do. But what makes it interesting is you're doing 2 rounds
Yeah.
of a different color every now and then you get to think, "Ooh, what's going to be?" Now that stink bug is way down there. I cannot forget where he is because Ronnie needs to get him. Um, and then you think ahead, say, "Okay, if I do this one, then I can start a green grouping, or if I do this one, I can start a yellow grouping."
And you can kind of lay them out.
Organize it as you go.
If I lived in a colder place where I needed a scarf,
That'd be a perfect project for you, but you don't.
and I could totally see that, even not with minis, but just with like neutrals. You could get like 3 or 4 skeins of
Have you
grays and
seen,
taupes and browns. And
have you seen Nora George Tracy's Dust of Snow?
no, I haven't.
You have got to look that up. It's exactly what you're saying.
Oh.
All of these beautiful neutrals and how they, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Dust of Snow wrap is by Curious Handmade. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up Tracy's.
Okay. And then is it time to open packages?
Look, hold on a minute.
Mmm. She's holding a mohair with it as she goes, right? Because that's what the pattern calls for. Oh my gosh, Tracy, that's
Here
beautiful.
it is laying out on her couch.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, that's gorgeous.
Of snow. Truly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so should we talk about 49 plus 1 birthday? Okay, thank you so much. Those people know who you are, who sent me such wonderful goodies and
And I
sweet.
wanted to tell Melissa I did get her goodie, but I'm waiting until Christmas to open it. I wait with Melissa's or with Melody's. I'm holding Melissa's till Christmas.
Oh,
Melody's I wanted to open right away because I was texting with her when I got it in the mail, when it
I
was
already
delivered.
missed this because she wanted me to enjoy it because I'm not going to be here for Christmas.
Do you
Oh,
think I should open mine early, knowing maybe what you know?
you don't have to. Oh, now, oh my God, where'd the stink bug go?
Amy, you and your stink bug. Oh my gosh.
They crawl. I'd rather them slither. I mean, if it was a snake in here, I'd say, well, we'll find it. But Ronnie would be running around pulling his hair out. Ouch. Okay, so we'll talk about. Okay, so Ronnie knew it was going to be the big 49 plus 1. Notice I'm still in denial. Can't say the number. And we had our anniversary couple months ago. So he had bought me this beautiful vintage style. It's not vintage, but it's a vintage style ring last Christmas for Christmas. And I had said something about maybe wanting some ring guards for it. So we got them and they came, and he says, "Why aren't you wearing them?" I said, "Because it's going to be a traumatic enough day when my birthday comes that I need something to look forward to." I've had these back for several weeks and they've been sitting in the box. And Wednesday morning I woke up and I said, "Well, now you're a half a century old. You get to wear your ring." So that made it bearable. So I got my beautiful sapphire
Oh.
diamond eternity bands to go on either side of my beautiful ring.
And the band, the stones go all the way around. Oh, wow. It's beautiful, Amy.
So I'm thinking about maybe not taking them on the cruise because I always get a little freaked out about people coming in and cleaning the room. And
Yeah.
so then I FaceTimed mom and dad because they said, you're going to get a little box, but you cannot open it until we FaceTime you. And I talked to them this morning. I said, can I please read the story behind your gift? Because she wrote a story, and they both said that would be fine. So I'm going to read the story behind the gift that they got me, which I am wearing, and I will get a little closer so everybody can see it.
It's the most beautiful thing. Golly, Amy, it's gorgeous.
Okay, so you see what it is. It's a
Yep.
yin yang with a diamond and a ruby. Okay, so here's the story. Mom says, well, it'll probably take you a while. I said, it's 2 pages. It's not long, and if people don't want to listen, they can turn it off. And she's like, well, okay. Okay, so the story of the yin yang pendant. Everybody sitting on the rug with their hands in their laps. Pay attention now. Okay, in the 1940s, pop music, which is the knitting pop, our father's father, so my grandfather, had a good friend who was a jeweler. Some of these things, Debbie, I didn't know.
I didn't know this either.
Okay. During one of his visits, the jeweler said a young man had turned a nice 2.5 carat diamond, returned a 2.5 carat diamond, and thought Pop would like it for the future. He said, you have a son, and someday he will have a girl and need a ring. Talking about Daddy.
Yeah.
So Pop bought it and tucked it away. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
I didn't know that either. Sure enough, along came Nancy, who we know is the knitting Nana. Of course, when your dad asked me to marry him after I worked all night, I said no. We know that story. That's a true story. He says, will you marry me? She's like, no.
She
He
was
says,
so mad.
She was so mad. And then he showed her the ring. She's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay, he never let me live that down. Okay, we were married and I wore a beautiful solitaire diamond in its platinum setting for 20 years. Did you know it was in a platinum setting?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Then, at the end of a long day working in the garden and around the house, I washed my hands and felt the sharp prongs of the setting. The diamond was gone. Of course, we will never forget that. We were teenagers.
Yeah.
I got so hysterical when I called Daddy's office. His secretary thought one of you girls had been injured. The neighbors came. They took the sink drains apart. They laid a bed sheet in the garage and emptied the contents of the vacuum bag. We searched the house, the yard, and the car. The diamond was gone. They teased me saying that in the spring when the daffodil bulbs I planted would come up, one would have a beautiful diamond in the center. Daddy, at my request, bought me a plain gold band, which I wore with love. Then, 22 months later,
I didn't realize it was that long.
I remember it was at least a year. I didn't realize it was almost 2 years later. I was cleaning out a desk drawer where I tossed tax-related mail. The cloth went around each corner inside the drawer, came out, and something went plink on the desktop. I yelled for Wendy in the other room to make sure what I saw was real. There, lying on the desktop, was the diamond.
In a desk drawer.
For almost 2 years. It had lived safely in the drawer all those months. When I was cleaning, I almost lost it again. The rest is history. Daddy wanted to replace my band with a solitaire diamond once again, but I thought it should have a new life. Ruby is my birthstone and diamond is Daddy's, and we wanted them wrapped together forever. That made me cry.
Yeah. Okay, take a break. I'm going to tell the funny story of what Wendy did when she had to make sure that the diamond was really a diamond. She's like, wait. She went into the bathroom and she grabbed one of our little handheld round mirrors and she's like, look, Mom, look, it's real. And
wouldn't that be terrible if she dropped it down the sink then it'd really be gone? Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
So the Yin Yang pendant was created and worn to many special events, parties, New Year's Eve celebrations in New York for the millennium. Now it is given with much love to you, Amy, for your special birthday.
Oh.
I know you've always loved it, and I don't want to die before I see you enjoying it.
Oh.
So wear it with all our blessings and keep it special, the special story tucked away in your heart. Happy birthday, all our love.
Oh, what a wonderful gift. I'm
That's
so glad they gave that to you.
Well, guess what? When you turn 50 in a couple years, you're not going to get the Yin and Yang pen because it's mine now.
No, I will not, and I do not want that one. I'm sure they have something special tucked away for me for my 49 plus one.
And I'm telling you what, Wendy was such a big celebration. I mean, she gave away most everything that she ever had. And I can't even imagine what she would be brewing for big birthdays like this. But
Yeah.
I'm probably looking down saying, you got that pendant after all these years.
Yeah.
But it's just stuff in the end. And I know it has most stuff that people treasure have sentimental value because of the stories behind it. And that's the true memories, not necessarily the stuff. But
Yeah.
isn't it beautiful?
It's gorgeous. You just make sure you wear it to a place that you will bring it home from.
I'm not taking this on the cruise, even though I don't know, there's some nice little things that happen on the cruise, but you also have to, like you said, make sure it's not taken off, it's not lost, it's not.
Yeah.
I'd die. Okay, we ready to open the gift that I was sent? That Debbie
Sure.
sent until we're on the podcast, and I just pulled the scissors across it, but I haven't opened it.
And this is not a golden, a diamond and ruby pendant with all kinds of memories. These are just a few little things that I picked up that I thought of you when I saw them. So
it's awfully light. I think you just put tissue paper in the box and said, "Ha, joking." Okay, I'm opening it.
They're numbered that you need to open in that order.
Pink, purple, and white. Of course, they're all in this bag. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, now I have to run for a minute. My nose is dripping. I need a tissue.
Okay. Okay.
Talk away.
Okay, so most of these little things, I think maybe even all of them, I found when I was at Stitches Southwest. And it was the perfect timing because I knew I needed to get something in the mail. And I knew there would be lots of different types of little yarny related and yarny adjacent things, but not necessarily yarn, because as you can see right there on that side of the screen, my sister does not necessarily need a bunch of yarn.
Okay, so
I guess it's that side of the screen.
Speaking of a bunch of yarn, I know people have said this, and we certainly could try this, not to buy any yarn in 2019. None. That would make us and force us to use all these gorgeous skeins. I'm wondering if I should make that my knitting. Oh, there's the stink bug. I found him again. Sorry. Make that my knitting resolution for 2019.
I thought about doing that last year, and then,
You did for a pretty long time last year.
Well, I didn't buy anything from the end of 2017 until we went to EYF. So I think it was a good 5 or 6 months, I think. So it was between Rhinebeck and EYF that I tried to.
You can't see it as a deprivation. You have to see it as this is my chance. Use those beautiful things that I had to have when I bought them, which now can't be wall art. They actually can be something knit into something very beautiful.
And you should go into your stash and rearrange it and air it out, because then you rediscover a lot of things that you forget that you had. And so, anyway, okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, let's see. Where's number one? I see number one. Number one. Okay.
I don't even remember what all of them are, but that's okay. Wow.
Leftovers from my Halloween color dyed at Dag's boot toppers ? This was I tried to steal this from Debbie on multiple occasions when we went to Dag's over the Isabel Kramer weekend, because Debbie and I did dye one together. I liked hers better. So the leftovers. Thank you for the leftovers.
You're welcome. I don't know if there's enough there even for boot toppers, but you can try.
Scarf.
Oh, yes.
Scrappy scarf, of course.
Perfect.
Okay, let me find number 2. one that looks like an ice cream cone. That's 4. This box must be number 2. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. With our little guys. We bought that when we were over there, right?
At the Tower of London.
Who would know that they have washi tape there? At the Tower of London.
They have just about everything there.
Is this one of those smelly things? Is this one of those, you put those little smelly things in there? Oh.
In your car, right?
Yes.
Pull it out. It goes in the vent of your car. And it's a tree of life. You spend so much time in your car, I figured it would be a nice little something.
Oh, so you stick it in the vent, and I wonder if some of these other things have things to go with this. They must.
And inside the box, I think underneath is where there's little foam pads. And that's what you put the scent on.
And they're even colored.
Yeah.
Some people wear this around their neck. They can make them into, I've seen them.
Yeah, independence and
things. Let me put this here.
That was number 2.
Okay, so number 3 is this one. Don't you love opening gifts, everybody?
Yes.
Don't care about watching me opening gifts, but okay. Little bag.
One present for each decade you were alive.
Oh, yes. Ooh, this must be smelly stuff because it smells really good. A little sausage, thank you. Oh, way. Ooh. Okay. Oh, lavender. Perfect. So when I'm stressed out at work, I get in my car and I can get all nice and here, smell.
Yummy.
Good. So you just douse
you drip, you just
pad, drip it in there, and then you stick it in there and it So I put that with that. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, you ready for the next one? What number was that?
Oh, that was 3.
Okay, so 4 is an ice cream cone, which I love. It doesn't have any ice cream with it though. Oh, I wonder it didn't feel like there was anything in this box. Oh my God. Look at that. He's a fiber, googly-eyed Santa Claus. Woolbuddy.com.
They had the coolest booth with all kinds of ornaments and
how cute is that? And Debbie collects Santas. Do you collect Santa or snowman?
I bought myself a snowman.
You did. Oh my God. He looks like he's a little bit stressed out. This may be what he looks like after he gets back Christmas Eve and needs a little lavender smelling. Ooh, I'm done. I'm never doing that again. And Miss says, yes, you are, dear. Come lay down and go to bed and you'll feel better in the morning. But that's what he looks like. He's so cute, Debbie. Thank you.
He can either stand up somewhere or you can hang him on your tree or whatever.
I'm going to put him in the tree because then I don't want him just hanging out all year.
Okay.
He needs to all the other. Okay, and this little flat package, number 5.
Yes.
What is this? If this has the number 50 on here, I'm going to send it to Melissa because she doesn't care wearing a t-shirt that says 50 on it. She says, I'll send you one. I said, save your money. Don't send me one because I won't wear it. We laughed about that. So she got me a cup that said 50, the other F word or something like that. The ultimate F word. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes. It's a branch. Goes with the whole tree of life thing. It is a shawl pin, I'm sure.
Or you can even use it to close a sweater if you
That'd
need.
be fun. Look how beautiful.
It's that same company. Remember when Isabel had those cool closures that had the leather and the
Oh,
snaps?
yes.
It's the
Same
same
company.
company. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Debbie.
I just
Oh,
thought it was really beautiful.
simple, not too flashy.
And if you have a sweater that doesn't have any buttons, you can just pull it together and
Get down there.
stick that right in there.
It's a perfect weapon in case you need it. In your little granny. Never thought Granny would have a weapon like this. Oh my God, Debbie, it is. Did you get this there too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait to wear it. What shall I wear it with?
I'm glad you like it.
This I may take on the cruise.
Yeah.
It was funny. Mom was saying, "Now, is it going to be warm enough?" And I said, "Warm enough for what? What are you talking about?" Well, warm enough to get in the pool and go to the wear shorts. I said, "Mom, we're going to the Caribbean." Yeah, I know, but it'll be really weird to. Ronnie said, "I bet you when we leave Port Canaveral, which is where we're going to be leaving from," he says, "I bet you it's going to be in the 70s." Well, that's like Orlando-ish latitude-wise. But I know when we get up the next day, it's going to be warm. So we're going to their private island in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Then we stop in Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel.
That's going to be really cool.
It's going to be great. First cruise for the boys. Second cruise for Ronnie and Sky. And third cruise for me, which reminds me I've got to start taking my meclizine this week. And Ronnie had a horrible case of vertigo a couple weeks ago. He's still not completely 100% over it. So he has a little bit of ringing in his ear. And he says, that's just, I don't know, it's just weird. So I've been working with him with vertigo techniques and things like that. But add that to being on a ship for a week. I wonder how that's going to go over for him.
Oh,
Hopefully
no.
not an issue. So
Yeah.
So you doing Christmas dinner? What are you going to be doing for Christmas?
We're getting a ham. We're getting a ham.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and we are going to get some macaroni and cheese. And I'm going to make a green bean casserole. And we'll probably do mashed potatoes for the boys too, because they like mashed potatoes. And corn and rolls. And I'll
Mom and Dad.
probably, yeah, they're going to come down. I don't know. They were debating whether they wanted to make a cheese pie again. So we'll see if that happens. Or maybe I think Mom's making a bunch of cookies. So she'll probably bring some cookies down.
Good.
So that'll be fun.
So
Check out my nails. Look how good they're doing.
you're using that stuff.
The Nail Teaks Formula 2.
That's good.
And I just bought this like creamy, and I did my own little French manicure. Isn't it pretty?
That looks good, Debbie. You feel like your nails are strong with using that?
Oh, they're totally strong.
Really?
And this nail is the one that broke off
Oh, right.
and it grew out faster than all the others. Yeah,
That half of that nail bed was gone.
I know. And
When was that, Debbie?
I think it was at the end of the summer because I was in the garden and it was right after James went back to school. So it must have been like August, middle of August.
For November, December, 4 months. Wow, very good.
Yeah. So
let us know with the little index card ear that my husband put around my microphone. Let us know if that has changed anything or helped. Oh, I know people are going to message me. This is Random Act of Color. One of our designs. It's in Debbie's. It's in your shop, right?
yeah,
Deb?
my shop. Mm-hmm.
Random Act of Color. That was the prototype. And I still have yet to finish my Random Act of Color with Squishy and Zula, but we're not talking about that right now because that's not what this is about.
You need to send it to me and I will finish it for you. If you think you would wear it, I would knit that for you.
Good idea. I will wrap it up and send it.
How much did you knit? How far did you get?
Pretty close. I mean, I think I'm on the second or third section.
It may not get done till next year when your birthday rolls around again, but I'm just not into knitting wraps right now.
I'm not into knitting anything apparently because I keep going round and round with stripes on a scarf.
Well, that's something.
Well, it's something.
Let knitting bring you joy, right? If it's not bringing you joy, then why are you doing it? That's the whole purpose of this craft.
Let knitting bring you joy. That's perfect. That'd be a good bumper sticker or tattoo. Dude, that's a good tattoo. Let knitting bring you joy.
Knitting
Okay.
equals joy. Maybe just something that simple.
Okay, that's good. Knitting equals joy. And if joy is not the word on the other side and it's a negative word, you should not be knitting whatever you're knitting or knitting at all. Sometimes you need to take a break.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden something inspires you and then you're back to knitting again.
Yeah.
So we will not see everybody until after the new year. I'm not sure if I'll be posting all my cruise pictures when we get back, when we have a signal. I don't know whose phone's going to be on or off. We have to
What day
decide.
do you get back?
We get back, we leave December 22nd, we get back December 29th.
Well, maybe we'll be able to record the weekend of right before New Year's.
Okay.
Are
And then I
you
won't have to work until January 2nd. So I'll be taking a couple days to take the tree down and to do laundry and get organized to get back to work. So
you don't have to go back on Monday right before the new year. Oh, that's good. That's
go
good.
back Wednesday.
Okay. Maybe we can fit another little short one in there.
I've never taken Christmas week off. In the 22 years I've been a PT, I've never taken Christmas week off. And I think about 6 months ago, I had a really challenging day and I was kind of a little PO'd. And I was at the office that morning and I said, you know what? Give me the calendar. I'm taking Christmas. Because I didn't think I really deserved or was worthy, or for some reason, other people put in time off. And this was back in April or something like that. And I said, I'm taking Christmas week off plus till New Year's. And I
High
did.
five, girl.
So I'll let you know how it goes. I probably won't be able to get any major holiday off for the next 5 years because I'm taking. That's okay. It'll be worth it.
I'm sure all the family will enjoy that cruise and you'll come back nice and tan and rested and relaxed.
Yes, 10 pounds heavier, but I lost 10 pounds in 5 days. I got back. Remember I talked about the poop story? So it truly will be a New Year's resolution to get back on the treadmill after we get back from the cruise, for sure.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
So,
well, I hope you had the happiest 49+1 birthday ever. And let's plan on getting together much more often again in 2019. We'll do a couple more trips and it'll be a happy, healthy year.
Yes, it will be. Happy, healthy, lots of knitting.
Yes.
Let us know what you think. If you can hear me better, I hate to get messages from people saying I couldn't hear, so I had to turn the podcast off. Not that it would change your life to keep the podcast on, but I hate for people not to be able to hear and have to turn it off. So it's much more comfortable than having the headset on.
I still think we should investigate wireless microphone, just clip on, that would connect directly to your iPad. And I think that maybe would be, I was looking online and they're like $25 to $35, I think.
There's something about this iPad that there doesn't have the capabilities.
It does. It says iPad microphone. You just have to Google that. It's not that expensive. We need to look into that.
On Mars, you would think we could have a microphone to connect with this iPad, right?
Right.
So until next time, if you cannot be kind,
be quiet.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy knitting. Happy holidays. We'll see you guys soon. Bye. Mwah.